variety of different accents, including at this facility here. Now we are right in the midst of our summer, folks. There can be as much as 20 to 25,000 people in and around the immediate area of Jasper on any given day. So when we left the lower terminal, we were at an elevation about 1,300 meters. That's about 200 meters above the valley floor. When we arrive at the top, we'll be at about 2,300 meters. That's about 200 meters below the summit. That's a 1 kilometer, 1,000 meter vertical lift. And the track that we follow is about 2.2 kilometers in length. And our total time up the mountain from the bottom to the top is about 7 minutes. So we are going to come up to and pass around our single support tower. As we do so, we're going to change the angle going up the mountain. The car is going to sway a bit from front to back. So do prepare yourselves for it. Watch so you don't lose your balance. Now it's a very gentle sway, kind of like being on a big swing, but just watch you don't lose your balance, folks. So here we go. There's the push, and that's the release. And that's about as close as we get to a roller coaster, folks. So now if you look off to my immediate left, you'll see the other set of cables. If you can follow them up the mountain behind me, you now see another car coming down. We are going to pass it at exactly halfway. Our traveling speed today is 7 meters per second. That's about 25 kilometers an hour. So when we pass, it's like passing a car on the highway. You add the two speeds together. So we're going to pass it at a relative speed of about 50 kilometers an hour. Now it does go by quite quickly, folks. Like to give them a little wave as they go by. Oh, they're not paying attention to us at all. So since we are a little bit crowded, what I'm going to do is give you a panoramic view of the mountains. I'm going to start off to the far left here, work my way right around the back of the car, all the way around and back to this mountain here. That way everybody gets a little bit of a view on the way up. So to the far left, cutting off the valley, looking a little bit hazy. About 20 kilometers from here is the Yellowhead Mountain Range. It's part of the Alberta BC border. It's also part of the Continental Divide. Now that means that all the waters to the west of it will flow to the Pacific Ocean. All the waters to the east will flow either to the Arctic Ocean. It is part of the spine that goes up and down North America from Alaska all the way down into Mexico. Now from that mountain range almost directly behind us we have the Victoria Cross Mountain Range. A lot of the peaks in that mountain range are named after recipients of the Victoria Cross Medal, except notably the last mountain in the range almost directly out the back window, aptly named Pyramid Mountain. Now the Victoria Cross Medal is the highest military medal that you can get in the British Commonwealth. To the right of the back window behind the town of Jasper, that grey mountain range is the Collin Mountain Range. To the far right we have the Moline Mountain Range. The first sloping mountain is Signal Mountain. The first bold-faced mountain is Mount Takara. Now the mountain range that we are in is called the Trident Mountain Range, and this is the Whistlers with an S. We are not Whistler Mountain in BC. There is no skiing on this mountain. As you can see, the outer shell is made up of very loose rock. We call that loose rock scree. You don't ski on scree, folks. It doesn't make very good ski runs. So we're soon going to come up to and pass above the tree line. Now the tree line on this mountain and in this area is at about 2,100 meters, and about a third of Jasper National Park is actually above the tree line. You'll notice that the last few trees are quite small, quite sparse. The average growing season up here is about 60 to 90 days. The little trees grow about 1 millimeter per year. Those little trees are over 200 years old. And we've been saying that for almost 60 years, folks, so they're over 250 years old. So above the tree line, we are in an alpine tundra. We have mosses, we have wildflowers, and we have lichen. Lichen is all this black and green, sometimes orange and yellow algae that's attached itself to the rocks. Lichen is very important up here because it's one of the main food sources for all the little animals that live up here. So folks, do remember you are in a national park. It is illegal to remove any of the natural features up here or anywhere in the park. As they say, take only photographs, leave only footprints. And please don't feed the animals. Our diet is completely different from theirs. Feeding them usually ends up in their demise. So we are slowing to come into our upper terminal. In the upper terminal itself, there are washrooms and a gift shop on the main floor. The second floor has our restaurant. Now it has a nice little menu. It has some beers and wines. It even has some craft beer, some crafted right in Jasper itself. Now there are decks on both sides of the building. There are placards on the decks that will explain a little bit more about the area. And there's a boardwalk that takes you around the back of the building. Now if you are so inclined, you can go off that boardwalk, folks. Now when you do so, you're off our property, off our leasehold. You have no jurisdiction back there. You're back completely